When I was 16 years old, I found out I was pregnant. I cried. I felt like my life was over. Fortunately, I was wrong. My life actually had just begun and it was enriched. Mine was a success story, but for lots of teens, this is not the case. One reason I felt that I became a teenage mom was my lack of education. I felt that no one had really ever spoken to me about the consequences of unprotected sex. According to the website teenhelp.com, nearly 1 million teenage girls that is, every year in the United States become pregnant. Teen pregnancy has negative financial, emotional, social, educational, and medical consequences for teens, their children, and their community. How many have dealt with this in their immediate family or even in their extended family? And even if you haven't had to deal with it in your family, you know someone that has, and if not, it's still going to affect you. This chart shows the U.S. has the highest rate of unintended pregnancies compared to any other developed nation. These countries have an advanced sex education program and provide birth control for their teens. The Center for Disease Control says that 3 out of 10 teen American girls will become pregnant before the age of 20. According to Livestrong.com, 8 out of 10 of these pregnancies are unintended and 81% are to unmarried teens. According to HH.com, substantial geographic variation also exists in adolescent childbearing across the United States. In 2012, the lowest teen birth rates were reported in the Northeast, while rates were higher in the states in the southern part of the country. As shown on the map, this map here, the highest and second highest teenage pregnancies between ages 15 and 19 years old were in the southern states. In my home state of Georgia alone, teenage pregnancies cost taxpayers $395 million a year. That's $1 million a year. Also, according to Georgia Campaign for Adolescent Power and Potential, approximately 2/3 of teen mothers never finish high school and are more likely to end up on public assistance than those who have children later. Not only that, but girls born to teenage mothers are 25% more likely to become teen moms themselves. Georgia has the 17th highest teen birth rate in the United States. Georgia also ranks 4th highest in the country in repeat teen births. While only 50% of teen mothers receive a high school diploma by 22, only 2% of those teen mothers finish college. 2%. We can't keep our youth in the dark when it comes to sex. And just because we aren't discussing sex with them doesn't mean that someone else isn't. As parents, it's important to educate yourself, to educate your teen daughter about unplanned pregnancy, childbirth, and birth control methods. Educating teenagers about birth control methods makes them more likely to use contraception when they do decide that they're ready to have sex. Education about unplanned pregnancies, birth control methods, and how to use the methods accurately are some of the most important factors in changing the percentages of teenage girls becoming moms before the age of 20. Because if you decide to use birth control and don't use it properly, well, there's no point. One way we can help our teenage daughters take control of their future is to promote and support advocacy for evidence-based programs in the community, the state, and throughout the country. Education is the first step in solving our teenage pregnancy problem, but education is not enough. Making birth control available to teenage girls without the embarrassment of telling mom and dad will also open doors to more responsible generations to come. Some forms of birth control are easily accessible, but the most effective forms, you need an exam and a prescription, which means you're on mom and dad's insurance, and mom and dad are going to receive the bill. They're going to receive it in the mail. So today, we as Americans need to make the conscious decision to educate our youth, but definitely the teenage girls. We need to reach out to those organizations that are willing to help make birth control more available and make it happen. So to reduce the pregnancy rates in the United States, the government is focusing mainly on younger women, especially teens, who are more susceptible to getting pregnant intentionally. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Healthy People 2020 campaign aims to reduce unwanted pregnancy by 10% in 10 years. If we can empower our young people with the help of prevention and evidence-based programs that include birth control in our community, as well as our nation, we will be taking the first steps in improving the overall health and well-being of our teenage girls. This way we are better equipped to make healthy lifestyle choices, and this will help them reach their full potential. Whether it's teen pregnancy, prevention, or education, we will be helping our young generation tap into their full potential and make better decisions for success. Now, does anybody have any questions? Go ahead.
What exactly are evidence-based programs?
Evidence-based programs are programs that are factual, statistical-based programs with charts and showing you basically the statistics of what is actually working for the teens. Yes?
Isn't providing birth control for your teenage daughter a way of giving her permission to have sex?
Putting them on birth control isn't saying that it's okay to have sex, because most likely they're already having sex. What it is saying is that I care enough about you to protect you, and I want you to be safe. So, are there any other questions? All right, thank you guys for your time. And I do have some pamphlets real quick that I would like to hand out about sex education and different birth control methods. That way you guys can get started and we'll get this thing going. Thank you.
Yay.